Mike Owens here. Today I'm joined by Jamahal Sweet Dreams Hill, former UFC light heavyweight champion, who returns to action UFC 303, facing Khalil Roundtree. Jamal, always a pleasure. How are things for you today?
Good, bro. I'm good. I'm back in the grind. It's busy. Work, work, work.
I don't know if you saw my message. I think I did send you a message, but I had the pleasure of watching you fight live earlier this month. Flew over from England to Las Vegas to watch you at UFC 300. How do you reflect on the whole UFC 300 experience, headlining one of the biggest cards in the company's history?
Obviously not a night that went in the direction that I wanted it to go. So from that I just stay locked in, stay focused and just stay active, bro. Just want to stay active, stay busy. I've been out for long enough, and I'm ready to just cement myself back in and get back in the rhythm of things.
Did
Confident.
did headlining UFC 300 mean anything extra to you, or was it a case of just another fight we can try and keep that mindset?
No, 100%. It was historical. It was historical. It was a big card. It was great to be a part of. Great energy all around the card. Amazing talent, top to bottom. It was just one of those historical moments that was just great to be a part of.
There's obviously been a lot made about the stoppage of the fight, and we'll obviously get into that. I guess kind of before that and before that incident with the obviously the stoppage. How do you reflect on your performance prior to that?
My performance prior to the stop, I felt like I was doing good. I felt like everything was going how I wanted and how my team had how we had planned for it to go. We were controlling the angle that we wanted to control. We were controlling the handwork. I was finding my strikes from the inside leg kick, the outside leg kick. I was finding the kicks to the body. Started touching them to the body. Measured out a couple left hands up top. Caught her, landed a right hand over the top. Had him biting off of feints, and I felt like it was going. It was going really well.
And then I know that you have spoke about this, but I wanted to give you the opportunity to give you your stance on the stoppage. Can you just give us your opinion on how you feel about that?
Or I mean about the stoppage.
Sorry, about the stoppage of the actual fight. So the low blow, Herb stepping in and then immediately starting the fight again.
I mean, it is what it is. As I said, it's protect yourself at all times. You gotta be aware. You gotta be on point of everything that's going on at all times. Whether it's something that's missed by anybody, anything. You have to be on point at all times. My job is to be on point at all times, and even through some adversity, I should, still staying on point, uh, as much as possible.
Do you lay any of the blame for the way the fight ended with Herb, or do you say that it's a issue that, as you mentioned, not defending yourself at all times?
Um, like I said, at the end of the day, ultimately, it was up to me to defend myself. Is there something that I would have liked to have Herb to have done differently to uh to to put me in what I felt would maybe be a little bit more of a fair space? Yeah, it created quite a bit of confusion in the moment, but it is what it is. Like I said, I'm moving forward. I'm on to just spin the block back around and let them know what it was. Get back to what I was doing to those things that I was doing before the stoppage, and even now. So just put more of an emphasis on it. I have more of a fire up under me for it than about it.
And then now, as we mentioned, you're obviously back in action. I think it's 11 weeks turnaround, so you'll now face Khalil Roundtree, UFC 303. Obviously a little bit lower in the rankings than you, number three versus number nine. Was this guy the best available that the UFC offered you, and is this a fight that excites you?
I wanted to fight quick. I asked for a quick fight, and the best top available guy, and I guess this the name that came up with was Khalil Roundtree. Can't just say like, "Oh, I'm ready to fight anybody," and then they give your name, and you like, "Oh, well, I don't." It is what it is, bro. He the one they put up for it. He agreed to it. He signed the contract. He feels that he this is a fight that he wants, so I'm gonna give it to him.
Do you view this fight as a risk in terms of the ranking, in terms of your ranking and Khalil's ranking? Do you see it in those terms, or is it a fight in your mind?
I don't care, bro. I ain't even looking at nothing like that. I'm looking at I just want to fight, bro. I'm looking at it as a fight, and for me to come in and just dominate, get back to domination.
How do your team and obviously your manager, Brian Butler, how do they feel about this? Are they in support? Because it is a relatively big turnaround from one of the biggest fights of your career into another big fight. How are your team
Everybody's
feeling?
good, man. Everybody's good. Everybody's good about it. Like the perception of the fight, like UFC. That's the thing about it. The UFC 300 being the big show that it was. It created the, you know what I mean. It created a whole aura and mystique, and people just, you know what I mean, just this
Mm.
excitement. You know how that goes in people's mind, and it's like, oh my god, he got knocked out. It wasn't the case. I got hit with a good shot. He followed up. He followed up properly and was able to smother me and get a stoppage. Good on him. I'm good to go, and I'm ready to willing to work and get right back in there. So that's what it is.
I hate to ask this
That's a weird
question.
ass thing I seen online. People like, oh, fire his manager. My manager works for me. He doesn't tell me what to do.
No,
You know what I
I
mean?
wasn't saying that about your
No, I'm
manager.
just
I was
no, I'm
just
not
asking
saying
your
you.
opinion.
That's why I said people,
Yeah.
but like he works for me. He don't tell me what to do. We work together on things. He brings things to me. You know what I mean? But the ultimate say so in my career and how I move is my decision. I mean, I run this show.
100%. You mentioned there about headlining UFC 300. When your fight with Alex was announced, there was a little bit of criticism or a little bit of backlash from the fans. But I felt obviously covering the fight and getting to experience the show, that I felt like the fight got the respect it deserved towards during fight week. Did you feel like it in those terms? Like you guys got the respect for headlining such a big card?
Yeah, I feel like as the fight week came along, people were like, okay, yeah, this is actually a banger. They realized the great fight that it was, the matchup that it was. Obviously we wanted to get into it a little bit more and things like that, but it is what it is. I have every intention on fighting Alex again. I don't care about the belt at this point. It's about getting back to that fight so I can show what it really is.
Why is that so important to you? And why is that? Why is
Because
the
it's such a
mentality
match, just
shift?
because of how it ended, just because of how it went. And I feel that that running it back, I definitely dominate that fight.
Do you feel like, from a fan's perspective and from a UFC's perspective, there is future interest in that rematch, or do you feel like you have to, for lack of a better phrase, build yourself back up in the fans' eyes to get that rematch?
My fight style is exciting. This must see TV, and as long as I keep doing what I do and dominate at the top of this division, it's no choice.
What do you see is the biggest thing to gain from a win over Khalil Roundtree? Do you feel like a win over him puts you back in the title picture, or do you still feel like there would be work to
Yeah,
do?
I
You're still there.
yeah, I feel that feel like a Will of the Country is just getting back on track. It's a good way to get back on track. He's got the hottest win streak in the division right now, you know, and it's good. It's a good test and a good performance and a good matchup for me to get back to get back on track. Just in the mix of what I was doing, stay in the mix, stay active with a good, dangerous guy who's got good striking, but also an ability to show the levels. I'm on a completely different level, you know, and it's time to show that emphatically.
Has his run up to this point impressed you? Impressed you?
Huh?
Has his win streak that you mentioned, has he impressed you in his recent
Being
performances?
able to put being able to put a win streak together in the UFC in itself is impressive. These are the best fighters in the world, the top dudes. You know, obviously there's levels to it, but at the same time, you gotta respect anybody that can put together a win streak at this level.
You mentioned Pereira and obviously wanting that rematch. Where are you at from a mentality standpoint with Alex? Is it a rivalry at this point? Do you see it in those terms, or is it strictly business?
It's just no. At this point, it's running back. It's running back.
It's
I don't care. I don't. That's those fan terms to me. Those are fan
Yeah,
terms to
that's
me.
true.
I don't give a fuck about that. I just know that me and him we got business.
So if we look at the UFC light heavyweight division and we look at your place in it and we look at what could potentially be next on the title level over the next, let's say, 12-month period, how do you see 205 playing out at the top end?
It's a lot of excitement. It's a lot of good
Mm.
matchups. So that's it. Just have fun, enjoy the matchups and shit. And for me, it's just about spinning the block, bro.
I saw your Instagram post that you posted today, the video. I think it was part of your last injury recovery. I think I saw part of the quote in the interview in the video, excuse me, said, "If you don't fail, you're not even trying." So I'm wondering, in relation to that quote, where is your mentality at going into this next fight?
In relation to that, cool, where's my mentality at? But my mentality is violent, bro. It's nasty. It's it's vicious, bro. I'm coming. It's very, very. I'm in a very, very, very dangerous mindset. I'm in a very, very dangerous mindset in a very, very dangerous place. And I just want to let anybody willing to sign a contract with me to feel it. I
John
want them to
Cav
feel that pen stroke.
John Kavanagh once said, "You either win or you learn." Do you feel like your experience with the last fight is it? What did you learn from it, and what are the positives that you can take from it, an experience such as that?
Um, yeah, I mean that's been one of my quotes since before I've never heard John Kavanaugh say that. Yeah,
Mm.
it's win or you learn. There are definitely things that I take from of it. Be more of a gritty competitor. Just stay on your P's and Q's at all times. Do not be distracted for anything or any for a moment for any purpose. Always stay on point and on your guard.
In terms of matchups, how similar of a style is Khalil's to Alex's? Is it a good transition point to go
Pretty
from those?
It's a pretty similar style. I think Khalil has more tools. He has more tools. I mean, he's I think he's more talented kicking with both legs. I think he's more I think he's a little bit more of a threat with both hands as well. But their style's kind of similar. Only thing is Alex has the physical stature. It's more physically gifted.
I have to ask this question, and I ask it with the greatest of respect. But when the UFC 300 main event was announced, there was criticism from the fans. I then
Mhm.
saw that your fight with Khalil was announced for the co-main of 303, and I saw criticism from the fans. So, is there a common point between people maybe not respecting the name Jamahal Hill, or is that just a massive uh,
It
coincidence?
just is what it is, bro. People have the people that they like. They got the people that they don't like. You're gonna fall where you may.
But do you feel like you get the respect that you deserve?
No,
And do you have a reason for that, or do you just think it's the way the fans can sometimes be?
I'm sure there are plenty of reasons people have.
No, I'm just asking the question. I'm not there to pry. I'm
Yeah,
just asking the
I
question.
don't, bro. I don't even know, bro. I don't even care to think. I really don't even care to think about it like that for real, for real. I
Mm.
see the shit, you know what I mean, or whatever. But some of it, for the most part, I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm too busy focused on what I got. I got so much shit going on. I'm trying to build so much in my life that I mean, if you want to focus on whatever I'm doing and try to, on
Mm.
what I'm doing while you sitting at home struggling or working for somebody else, fucking, your car should break down away from you running and falling into crisis. That's on you. But you focus on the internet rather than sitting on somebody who's fine. I'm doing great in life. I'm ace in life. You know what I mean? So that's what it is, bro. That's what
Yeah,
they choose to do. That's what they choose to do.
yeah, 100%. Look, couple more from me, and then we'll get you out of here. The hoodie. Were you able to get the hoodie, the jumper signed by everybody on the card? Where did you get with that?
I did. I did. I got everybody's signature on it, everyone's signature on it. It's definitely a great piece of memorabilia and something that I'm definitely gonna hold on to.
So you're going to keep that because I did see some rumors online that the plan was for it to go to an auction or something like that, but the plan is for you to keep that as a piece of your
Yeah,
own.
100. It's for me to keep.
I love that. Max
Yeah.
Holloway.
Unless one day I need to sell it.
Let's hope not. Max Holloway, a uh, crazy KO against Justin Gaethje on the same card as you. There's been a lot made. Is it the best KO in UFC history? I'm wondering where you think that ranks in terms of, let's say, the top five, top 10 weight
Just another
division.
thing of how great the environment, how great they built up the show for UFC 300, and people, recency bias and things like that. But I'm pretty sure we can dive in. It was an amazing knockout. Brought me out of my seat. Gave me all the excitement that I could possibly want as a fan of the sport. But we've had some great knockouts. We have some other great knockouts too, and I'm not sure I'm just willing to just disregard those because of what I remember so freshly what this one made me feel.
Mm. As a knockout artist yourself, in your opinion, what makes a great knockout? Is part of it the context of how early or late in the fight it is? Is it the way the opponent falls? What makes a great knockout in your opinion?
Timing.
Timing.
Timing is everything.
I love it. Last one from me, Jamal. You can be as brief or as detailed as you like with this one. I'd like you to give me a perfect walkthrough on fight day and your next fight, UFC 303. What happens when you wake up in the morning to when you go to sleep at night in a perfect world?
Perfect. Well, I wake up, get some good food, hang out, good, relax, calm day, get the rest that I need. Everything's hitting in stride. I'm hitting all my preparations and everything like I want to. And show up, we dominate, get the win, dominant finish the way that I expect, and we're gonna turn up and party that night.
I love it. Jamal, always a pleasure catching up. I truly mean this. It was an honor to watch you fight in person. I know the result never went your way, but from a personal perspective, to fly across the world and watch you fight was a real treat. So I wish you the best of luck in your next fight.
I appreciate that, bro. You have a good one.